is the issue of former president and sixth president Lungu, ECL, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, who has now gone to the Constitutional Court demanding his benefits. Now, there's something he said there that was very interesting that I'd like to highlight. And let's be very frank and honest. He said that the withdrawal of his pension and benefits was a violation of his fundamental constitutional rights to hold an opinion. Now, the focus should be the last few words of that statement, to hold an opinion. What former President Lungu is doing is not holding an opinion. He announced it clearly, emphatically, and boldly that he is making a return to active politics upon consultation, under the umbrella of consultation, much supplication and prayer, that he had voluntarily decided to step out of the umbrella, to step out of the pavilion of the title of statesman, because that's what he was. Remember, before he announced that he was returning to active politics, he would go jogging with his crew. You know, every time he was in town, people would love and welcome him. Oh, there's the former president. That is the status of a statesman. After having served, you know, the Word of God says, having done all, stand. Meaning, once you're done doing your part, once you have run your race, once you have run your course, the moment you come to the conclusion of your tenure, it is now time to embrace and cloak yourself with the title of statesman. And for a time, ECL was enjoying that status or that status of statesman. But the moment he announced and he took advantage of a memorial, the memorial of the late Michael Sata, who was the founding father of the Patriotic Front, ECL and his band of hoodlums, people like Rafael Savimbi Hajaka Nakachinda, people like Wagiven Lubinda, people like Bomani Lusambo, this clique of elitists sat at a round table and they deduced and they said, no, the only way we are going to deal with this issue is if I, ECL, make a triumphant return to active politics. Now, that decision came with heavy consequences. ECL is very aware of those consequences. ECL is cognitive of those consequences. ECL is fully enlightened about the consequences of deciding to make an active return to politics. He knew what he was doing. And upon the goading, upon the behest, upon the encouragement, upon the prodding of people like Mumbi Piri, who told ECL, no, you are ECL, you are cabinet kudia, uka epoka ilienkalata iliwa limbili ati ulefo kufuma mma politics. Uyo chite withdraw ilienkalata ilia, so that ule chula na ifwe, so that you suffer with us. ECL turned to Mumbi Piri and said to her, Mumbi, that is something I'll place under consideration and much prayer. A short time after that, he announces, I'm coming back to politics, and says, these crumbs government is giving me are just nothing but crumbs. I'll return and I'm going to go back into the political trenches. A short time after that, no, in our benefits, why? Because the rules are, the law says, okay? The law, it's the law, guys. And for those of you that are saying, no, he worked for those benefits, he deserves them. Well, there's a law attached to the process. Ooh, that's a good one. There's a law attached to the process. I said it yesterday and I'll say it again today. Life is about circumference. Life is about rules. Life is about regulation. Life is about a framework of existence. That's what it is. Now, imagine for a moment if we lived in a society where we just woke up and did whatever the hell we wanted. What kind of society would that be? Anarchy, chaos, apocalypse. But in order to maintain some semblance of order, you have to have regulations and you have to have rules. So the rules are clear. They say that once you attain the title of former president, you are now a statesman. In order for you to enjoy the benefits, in order for you to reap the benefits of the title of former president, former head of state, statesman, you have to step out of the pavilion of active politics. Active politics means you throw yourself back into the ring. You throw yourself back into the fray. You now become a political agitator. You now become a partisan politician. Within the Zambian context, that's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. It's different, I think, and the laws are very clear about this. It's different when you declare your support for a member of your party as a former head of state. For example, Lungu, fidaba bachita save 2 times. Fidaba bachita sway in 2 times. Bali fuma pupala paka punapadia, paka fulo. Niba former head of state, which means now, his job now is to look at the next crop of leaders, and whoever the organization or the party selects as the subsequent leader, the leader that came after him, his job is to simply support, endorse, and say, no, the party has decided to choose so and so, let us run with him. Simple. Now, when you throw yourself back into the fray, back into the fray, and you now say, I'm now, not only am I returning to active politics, but I'm now the one who's going to put my name forward. I'm now the one who's going to vie for the presidency again. You are bringing yourself problems. The state, the rules, the law will recoil. They shall retrieve those benefits. And when you cry foul, that is your Waterloo. It's your Waterloo. A self-inflicted wound that now you have to live with. ECL has made his bed. He now has to lay in it. It is disingenuous for him to now turn around and say, no, in my benefits young and earphone, even though they are crumbs. I wonder, I'm curious, I wonder, when Mumbi Piri was encouraging ECL to go to cabinet and withdraw that letter of resignation, kuti nachokamu ma politics. When Mumbi Piri was telling ECL, you go there, withdraw that thing, rejoin us in the fight against this administration, return to the fray, Put on your boots. Let us fight. I wonder, did the ECL call Mumbi Piri after government withdrew the benefits? Did ECL call Mumbi Piri say, Iwa Mumbiwe? File wanchise advise. Teapano mbande chula. Watira tutwala chula pamo. Teapano mba amalaiti, bale fwainende edipila. Fiwe omumotoka, bale fwainende edipila. Nde fumie mpia shandi. Iwa Mumbi. Shuga munga nanga yapwa. Baleti boss bill. Iya shuga. Bale ipusha ine pali shuga Mumbi. Things that were taken care of by the government. I've got a staff, security detail, secretaries, garden boys, cleaners in the house who need their monthly salaries. Mumbiwe, are you aware that after the government withdrew my benefits, they want me to be paying them their salaries from my money? You've completely misguided me. You've put me in a conundrum. This is nonsense. So enough, I'm going to sue the state. I'm going to tell them our benefits yandi. Therefore, I didn't know what I was doing. I was misled by the likes of Mumbi Piri, the likes of Raphael Savimbi Haijaka Nakachinda, the likes of Boman Lusambo. Teapa nomba mwanshamuni mwamoneni. You've left me in, you have left me in the situation of you see. Do you see how ridiculous this whole thing is? Ripple effects, buddy. Ripple effects. Cause and effect. Yin and yang. So, buddy, as I said yesterday, and I'll say it again today, and please forgive my repetitiveness and my redundancy, but Lungu was misled. He was thinking emotionally instead of thinking critically. As one who has saved twice, sworn in twice, what can he offer now as a former head of state that he didn't offer whilst he was the president of this great republic called Zambia? That is the question you must ask yourselves.